The unit's microgenerator produces about 5 volts, 2.0 amps of renewable energy, which can charge electronic gadgets such as GPS devices, navigational aids, smartphones, and tablets. Stay tuned to find out more about the Ventus, a young woman's brilliant invention for Cessna aircraft.
Greetings, intelligent viewers. My name is Jana Yogesh. We in India wish you always have time for inner contemplation and reflection. Welcome to the concluding episode of our two-part series, Young Inventors in the Golden Era. Last week, we learned about Rishabh Jain, creator of the pancreatic cancer deep learning system. Today's program features Shaushi Bakarian, a Syrian-Armenian refugee undergraduate student living in Canada, who invented Ventus, a device that is capable of cooling the cabin air of many models of Cessna airplanes while providing a power source for charging handheld devices. As the excerpt from noted American poet Emma Lazarus' sonnet, New Colossus, found on the Statue of Liberty reads, "Give me your tired, your poor, your huddled masses yearning to breathe free. Send these the homeless, tempest-tossed to me. I lift my lamp beside the golden door." The United States has long been known as the world's leading sanctuary for the weak, the disadvantaged, seekers of religious freedom, and those who come to build a new life. Like the USA, Canada has reaped the benefits of a benign immigration policy that opens its doors to immigrants, especially those undergoing hardship and struggle, such as the Syrian refugees. In the 17th century, when the Quakers came to the U.S. from England and elsewhere in Europe to pursue their dream of freedom of worship, they were pioneers in championing the abolition of slavery, equal rights for women, and education and humane treatment of prisoners. This is just one example of how North America became a prominent destination for those from across the globe, who brought principled ideas and grand cultural traditions to their new homelands. For decades, immigration has been pivotal in helping to sustain economic growth and social development in both Canada and the U.S. The hunger mentality is the term used to describe the motivation prompting immigrants to work hard for survival, which in turn benefits their adopted countries. Shaushi Bakarian and her family certainly had this drive to succeed when they came from Syria as displaced persons, facing an uncertain future with hopes of making a new start in Canada. How did they come to the West? A turning point came when Shaushi's mother needed surgery that had to be performed in Lebanon. Her mother's medical issue, combined with conflict in their hometown of Aleppo, forced the family to make a move. They spent a year in Lebanon while her mother recovered. Shaushi's parents then concluded that the family would have broader educational and work opportunities elsewhere. That's when Canada opened its doors to the Syrian refugees, and the family arrived in this noble nation in December 2015. During their first winter in Canada, Shaushi's family members enrolled in school to study French. All 4 children set out to find jobs to support the family, while their parents found work in the garment industry. Xiaoxi worked 30 hours a week while studying at Concordia University in Montreal. Xiaoxi is grateful for the sacrifices her parents made, but she made some as well, being almost overwhelmed by working so many hours while pursuing a degree. Looking back on those days, Xiaoxi says, I was physically, emotionally, and mentally exhausted, but now I'm making up for it. My family is okay now, and it's easier. We'll be right back with more details about Xiaoxi Bakarian's amazing journey. Please stay tuned to Supreme Master Television. Welcome back to Young Inventors in the Golden Era, Part 2 of 2. As we'll now learn about Xiaoxi's remarkable invention that can cool the cabin air of many models of Cessna airplanes, while providing a power source for charging handheld devices. Xiaoxi is currently enrolled as a third-year student at Montreal's Concordia University and majoring in aerospace engineering. She has learned French in addition to English, Arabic, and Armenian to help pursue her career in aerospace engineering. Xiaoxi is working hard at 2 part-time jobs, one with a transportation company, Bombardier Aerospace, and another with the flight school, Stratos Aviation. While working as an instructor on Stratos Aviation's flight simulators, Xiaoxi came up with an idea to improve the cooling of Cessna airplane cabins, namely Ventus, a small device that uses a Venturi tube to lower incoming air pressure for a cooling effect while generating electricity with wind turbines. Being Xiaoxi Bakarian's brainchild, the device was designed and engineered at the Stratos Aerospace Lab in early 2018, and the developers expect to begin production in October 2019. Ventus is a product of pure science and precise angulation that uses the perfectly crafted Venturi tube. It works on the principle that when air passes through the tube, the atmospheric pressure within the chamber is modified, going from a zone of higher to lower pressure, and thus reducing the air temperature inside the aircraft by 3 to 5 degrees Celsius. This effect varies depending on the speed of the aircraft and the outside air temperature. Ventus is specifically designed for use in the Cessna 150, 152, 172, 180, 182 classes of airplanes. The Ventus USB charger cum cooler, which is made of polycarbonate polymer, requires no modification to an aircraft, and owners can simply replace the current venting tube with a Ventus. The unit's microgenerator produces about 5 volts, 2.0 amps of renewable energy, which can charge electronic gadgets such as GPS devices, navigational aids, smartphones, and tablets. The minimum required wind speeds to operate Ventus in the air and on the ground are 144 kilometers per hour and 24 kilometers per hour respectively. However, the cooling aspect of the device can only be used in flight due to higher wind speeds. All products created and brought to life through the Stratos Aerospace Lab are marketed via the Stratos Aviation Social Entrepreneurial Initiative. Moreover, the resulting profits are redistributed as education grants to students pursuing science, technology, engineering and math, or STEM-related degrees in aviation and aerospace in Canada and the U.S. Students directly involved in the development and creation of a market-worthy product are awarded full education grants. In reference to the Stratos Aerospace Lab, Mr. Naor Cohen, founder and pilot of Stratos Aviation, says, Stratos Aerospace Lab will have two phases here. It will be the youth program, where we'll have an ongoing program every Sunday and weekday evening, where they'll be able to come and build drones, planes, and all kinds of different aerospace objects, like rockets. And the other facet is the special entrepreneurship program, where people with bigger projects will be able to build a lab to actually create a product and bring it to the market. From her perspective, Xiaoxi shares what Stratos Aerospace Lab can bring to inspired innovators. The benefit of Stratos Aerospace Lab will be extra accessibility to engineering tools, to machinery, to 3 dimensions, to software, to design, and to create new engineering inventions. A place where people could discuss, could learn about sustainable aircraft, sustainable spacecraft, about green power, and aerospace in general. Regarding his vision about the future development of the lab, Mr. Cohen says, seeing and measuring the cooling capability of the Ventus. We've already developed the household version that could cool down the room by up to 5 degrees. By supporting Ventus, you're supporting both the initiative from our student engineers to develop the program, but at the same time, that would allow us to build the lab with better equipment and enable students to build better and more advanced equipment and technology for aerospace and aviation. Our deep appreciation goes to Stratos Aerospace for supporting creative inventors like Xiaoxi Bakarian. May your spirit of innovation continue to blossom in the days ahead for the purpose of better serving the aviation industry. We also celebrate the achievements of Miss Bakarian, who through her can-do attitude and drive to succeed has shown our world the potential all refugees possess to brighten the nations that compassionately take them in.
Supreme Master Ching Hai joyfully present Shining World Invention Award to Ms. Xiaoxi Bakarian with $13,000 to help further her study and invention. With praise, best wishes and love in God's grace. May you and your Canada thrive ever upward.
Supreme Master Ching Hai is deeply grateful to the beloved God for all the financial help, comfort, and support to the afflicted and needy, and or any good cause over the years, as a humble vessel for His compassion and love toward His precious children.